I have been struggling lately, but I have a prayer. A prayer that this channel gets some Aston Villaism. I don't mean Villaism, like villain. I mean a fairy tale. Or what would you call being in the Champions League in 4 years after promotion? Moreover, 5 years after the threat of going into administration. I mean, rumors were they were hours away from collapsing. One manager changed later, they are flying like crazy. It's more crazy that he still had his revenge on Arsenal. Poor Arsenal. And given how they're spending in this transfer window, they're definitely not done. I wish all of us had such ambitious honors, or at least I do. Fuck the rest of you. Anyway, should we be scared of Aston Villa? Hello everyone, I trust you're all doing okay. Welcome back to the channel and please remember to subscribe. It's been 4 years since Aston Villa were promoted into the Premier League. This is after failing the previous year, hence falling into a financial turmoil. Administration was imminent and share was forced to sell. Here is where I associate the club with revival. On 20th July of 2018, it was announced that the NCWE Group, a consortium consisting of Egyptian billionaire Nassef Sawiris and the American billionaire Hedens, were to invest in the football club. They purchased a controlling 55% stake in the club, and Sawiris took over the role of club chairman. As soon as they got into the Premiership, the ambition was clear that they want to go places, bringing in 12 new players in their first year. Though the first 2 years, they battled relegation, finishing 17th and 11th respectively. Change was imminent. In came Steven Gerrard, super captain and flying with Rangers. He was definitely the key. Oh wait, 40 games later, they were fighting relegation again. Damn, he even signed Coutinho. You cannot deny the impact Gerrard had. But, I mean, all these stars wouldn't have signed for Villa if it wasn't for him, but he also made a mess of it. I mean, why strip Tyrone Mings of the captaincy while he was injured? Time for change again, and this time it came in the form of a serial Europa League winner, Unai Emery. Also former PSG and Arsenal coach who was dismissed in not a very good way. There's a lot I can say about this guy, but first, I have to give him his flowers for the work he did at Arsenal. He had some really good moments, including a 22-game unbeaten streak that had 17 wins in late 2018. Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and Edin Nketiah were all integrated into the first team under Unai Emery. And we should not forget that he signed William Saliba as well. Gerrard was sacked on 20th of October, and the very next day, Unai Emery took over. He took Villa from 17th place at that point to 7th place at the end of the season. I'm tempted to call this a miracle, but it did not end there. The very next year, Villa Park was a fortress, and in the Champions League, ahead of Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham. Please do not forget that they outplayed the champions of England. I mean, City were forced to defend in Villa Park, and how many times do we see them do that? How many? And I'm really sorry that Arteta had to face his wrath as well. Really sorry. Let's now dive into their tactical plan. What got them this far? In their first game of the season, when they lost heavily to Newcastle, Sir Alex Ferguson had this to say about them. To be honest with you, I watched Aston Villa, and I can't believe the scoreline. They played fantastic football and just lost to bad goals. I guess we all can agree now that what an old man can see while seated, you cannot see even on top of a castle. They line up in a 4-4-2 formation, though that's at least on paper, and they change throughout the game depending on each phase, unlike the traditional rigid blocks. Discipline in positions they take and compact, making it hard to play through. When they win back possession, they immediately go on the counter. The midfield is full of energy and classic passes, and when it comes to defense, they put up this high line. I was scared they may be found out, but damn, was I wrong. Emery has improved players massively. Ollie Watkins had genuine shots to win Player of the Season. John McGinn was very commanding in that midfield, and Douglas Luiz was so fine as ever. Their goalkeeper on the other hand, Jaime Martinez, he produced some big moments, and he doesn't care, does he? In this transfer window, they are making themselves known. Not only have they tied down Unai Emery for the next 5 years, but they are also making massive moves. Talks that they had to sell to balance their books swerved around for a while. I didn't genuinely think they were true, till I saw that they had to let go of Douglas Luiz. You don't do that unless you absolutely have to. Bear in mind, he was one of their most important players. For 50 million, they got Andre Onana from Everton. Amadou Onana. I actually like this guy. Smart on the ball and dirty when he has to be. He can be a 6 and he can be an 8. If he's fit for the entire campaign, they have a player in their hands. To add to that, Ross Barkley is back. He just showed us that you can shine in a mediocre team. Sorry, Luton. Though he's dirty, he's really showing great potential. And finally, for that 7.5 million, they have Ian Maatsen. I really think Chelsea are losing a gem here. Getting Borussia to the Champions League final and then fucking up there is not easy at all. More outgoings came in Musa Diaby to Al Ittihad. I don't really understand that one, but I guess they needed the money. And they're being linked to Joe Felix and Adeyemi as his replacement. I would definitely have that if I have to let him go. As Kamara is still injured, Calvin Phillips has popped up in their radar. They mean business. They are that serious. I'll be surprised if they finish lower than 6th in the next campaign. The thing is, the rate at which other teams in the Premier League are strengthening is absolutely mental. Think about Newcastle, West Ham, and I haven't even touched on the Big 6. We are in for a really competitive campaign, and I'm willing to bet that they are definitely winning something this season. Although I should warn you that I'm not a very good gambler. But wait and see. Cheers, and see you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe.